If you've ever thought, I'd love to start investing, but I don't have thousands of dollars lying around, you're not alone. The truth? You don't need a lot of money to begin. What matters most isn't how much you start with, it's how soon you start. Because the earlier you invest, the more time your money has to grow, thanks to something called compound interest. And time in the market almost always beats timing the market. In this guide, we'll break down exactly how to start investing, even if you've only got 50, 100, or a few $100s. We'll talk about why starting small still matters, where to invest small amounts of money, the best accounts and platforms for beginners, mistakes to avoid, and how to turn small contributions into serious wealth over time. By the end, you'll have a step-by-step plan to go from "I can't afford to invest" to "I'm building financial freedom" starting today. Here's the first thing to understand. You do not have to wait until you're rich to invest. Compound interest works like a snowball rolling down a hill. The sooner you start rolling it, the bigger it gets, even if it starts small. Let's say you invest just $100 a month starting at age 22, earning an average of 8% a year. By the time you're 60, you'd have over $370,000. Wait 10 years to start? You'd have less than half that. Starting small isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building the habits that make you wealthy over time. Before you put a single dollar into the market, get your foundation in place. First, have at least $500 to $1,000 set aside for emergencies. Second, pay off high-interest debt. Credit cards charging 18 or 20%? No investment can consistently beat that. Once your safety net is in place, you can start putting money to work, even if it's only $25 or $50 at a time. Where you invest is just as important as what you invest in. If you're in the US, start with your employer's 401k, especially if they match contributions. That's free money. A Roth IRA, you invest after-tax dollars, they grow tax-free, and you withdraw tax-free in retirement. A traditional IRA, contributions are pre-tax, and you pay taxes when you withdraw. Or a taxable brokerage account, flexible, no contribution limits, but you pay taxes on gains and dividends each year. If you're outside the US, look for your country's equivalent, like the TFSA in Canada or the ISA in the UK. If you have access to tax-advantaged accounts, start there. They give your money a better environment to grow. Now, what to actually invest in? If you're starting small, you want investments that are simple, diversified, and low cost. Index funds, they track a market index like the S&P 500, giving you instant diversification. ETFs, similar to index funds but trade like stocks. Fractional shares, buy part of a share so you can invest in big companies with as little as $5. Target date funds, set it and forget it, options that adjust automatically as you approach retirement. Avoid penny stocks, high-fee mutual funds, or anything promising guaranteed returns. The easiest way to grow investments? Make it automatic. Set up recurring contributions, even if it's $25 a week. Treat it like a bill you pay yourself first. When you get a raise, increase your contribution. When you start a side hustle, send part of that income straight to your investments. Consistency beats perfection. Let's run the numbers. You start with $100, add $200 a month. Invest in a low-cost index fund averaging 8% a year. In 40 years, over $750,000. Increase it to $500 a month once your income grows. And you cross the $1 million mark. That's the power of compounding over decades. Now, a few traps to watch out for. Don't wait for the perfect time to invest. It doesn't exist. Don't overcomplicate your portfolio. You don't need 15 different funds. Watch out for high fees. Even 1% can cost you hundreds of thousands over time. And don't chase hype stocks or crypto without research. Treat speculation as separate from your core investing. While you're growing your portfolio, invest in your skills. Learn a high-income skill, take courses, get certifications, find mentors. Increasing your income gives you more to invest, and that accelerates your path to financial freedom. When you invest small amounts early, you're doing more than growing money. You're building confidence. You're learning how markets work. You're training yourself to be disciplined. By the time you're making more money, you already have the systems in place to grow wealth automatically. Here's the roadmap. Build a $500 to $1,000 emergency fund. Pay off high-interest debt. Open a tax-advantaged account if you can. Pick a low-cost index fund or ETF. Automate contributions. Start small, then scale up. Ignore the noise. Stay consistent. Starting small is not a disadvantage. It's the smart way to begin. Every investor you admire started with their first dollar, and so can you. If this was helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more financial freedom strategies. Drop your investing questions in the comments, and I might cover them in my next video. And if you want my free beginner's investment checklist, the link is in the description. Until next time, keep learning, keep investing, and keep building wealth.